Hi everyone, welcome to this Pilates session. I'm going to start with a bit of work on the feet. So we're going to set ourselves up first. So if I show you from the side, we're going to just set up our neutral spine first. So take your hands to your hips and let's rock forward and back a few times. So we're really tilting those hips right forward, tipping water out the back, and then going the other way, tipping water out the front. Then you want to find a middle place, somewhere in the middle, and that becomes your neutral spine, that small curve in your lower back. Then I want you to make sure your knees are not locked, but also not bent and too soft. Roll your shoulders and draw them back, let them drop down, and then draw your head back too. So you've got this posture all lined up, ear, shoulder, hip, and feet. Okay, then we're going to tighten the abdominals. We're going to draw those in. We're going to see if we can maintain this posture throughout a lot of the exercises. Sometimes we move in and out of it. So let's get warm. So come and step wide. We're going to start to just swing the arms side to side. We can still keep the abdominals drawn in, and we can gradually just swing the arms a little bit higher. So then we're going to do 2 swings, and on the third swing we're going all the way over, finishing. Then 2 swings. In fact, let's come all the way around so we finish on the other side. That's it. So 2 swings here, and then a whole circle all the way around and finish. So we can start to lengthen the arms a bit more. And then we can start to bring this into a little bit of a squat. So you can take your 2 swings here in a squat. You can come out of your squat, back into your squat. Hold here, so we get some warmth in the legs. All the way up, all the way around. 2 swings, all the way up, all the way around, and just one more time, all the way up, all the way around. So stepping in and just working through the feet. So we lift one heel and then the other. And then just rising up and back down, up to the balls of the feet and lower. Now if you feel you can start to bring arms up when you rise up. So you lift and lower. Let's do one more. Okay, so we've warmed the feet up because we're going to do a little bit of balancing to start with. So having those feet a bit warmer might help us to spread out our toes. So first of all, we're just going to lift the right leg. Tighten those abdominals to help you. And we're just staying here for maybe up to 10 seconds if you feel you can. And then changing sides. So don't worry if you don't last 10 seconds. It's also fine to have the leg lower, but see if you can return to thinking about that posture. So that tall posture, abdominals drawn in. Okay, so here's your first progression. We're going to lift that right leg, and then if you feel you can, you're going to lift your right arm. All right, that's as far as it goes. And step down. So lift left leg, draw in through the abdominals, lift left arm. Okay, let's do one more of those. So right leg, right arm, and then stepping across left leg and left arm. Okay, so here's your progression. I'm going to just turn to the side. So I want you to lift your right leg and your right arm again. And then if you're still there, I want you to see if you can tip forward and take that leg behind you. Okay, step down. Change sides, so you lift your left leg and your left arm, and you might decide that this is enough just to stay here, or you could tip forward. Okay, step down. So leave that there, we'll come back to that. Come to a mid stance, maybe feet just outside hips. We'll just take a couple of squats. We're just going to do a set of squats working one leg more than the other. So I'd like you to lift your left heel, so you're on the ball of the foot. If you're feeling particularly strong and brave, you could have a go at having the leg off completely. And remember when you squat to keep that neutral spine, to keep the chest lifted. Okay, I'm going to take these squats more through your right leg. So we're coming into a squat. Chest staying up. And we're doing 10. So if you feel at some point you could take this other leg off, you will wobble. You could have a go and you could put that leg down at any time. So some people will be working with both feet on the ground. Some people will be working with the leg off. Some people will be working with the ball of the foot on the ground. I'm going to do 3 or 4 more, whatever you feel you can do. Keep the breath flowing. Let's make this our last one. And then just take a moment and shake out through your legs. So we'll set that up on the other side. As some of you know, I'm carrying an injury on this side, so I'm going to keep this ball of the foot on the ground. I'm not going to go too low. But once you get into it, if you feel you can lift this leg off, then do. Keep tension in the abdominals. Keep the breath flowing. And just go to your level on this side. Obviously, it's better to do both sides evenly if you can. Let's do 2 more. Okay, and shake them out. Now, we're coming back to our balance. I'm going to show you this first, and you might laugh at me. So we got to the point where we had the leg lifted as the arm, and then we took the leg back. So my aim now, I'm going to lift my right arm and lift my right leg. Now I want to see if I can touch my left knee with this hand that's in the air, this hand here. I know you can't see my hand tonight for some reason. I must have the phone a little bit close. So I'm going to see if I can tip forward, touch my knee, and come back. Now, if I can, I'm going to keep this leg off. Okay? So we're going to do the same side, maybe 4 or 5 times if you feel you can. Now, if you're feeling particularly clever, watch me again. You might be able to tap all the way down here to the ankle. Now, if you've done one, you can count it. If you haven't, see if you can do 5. So we're just going to work on this in our own time. So I'll join in as well so I know how long it lasts. And just see what you can do. You might decide just to work on the balance like you did earlier. Hopefully you won't be looking at me because I'm having a very wobbly week. Whether I'm teaching yoga or Pilates, I'm very wobbly. So we've got 1 or 2 more depending on how you feel. And then if you haven't walked away by now and pressed pause, if you're sticking with me, just have a moment and then set yourself up on the other side. I'm hoping that you're really feeling your abdominals tighten on these two. It's very hard to do this without using those. If you want to focus on your breath, you could perhaps exhale as you tip forward and inhale as you come back up. All right, one more I think. And rest. Are you still there? Okay, so let's come back to all fours. If you want to lay on your front here, that's fine too. This is our only section on our knees. If you're on your knees, check you've got that neutral spine again, so you've got that slight curve there. I'm going to lift one leg up and start to pulse the leg up. See if you can get your hips really level. So they're tiny movements right now, but we're going to change that now. We're going to make them bigger. We're going to bring the knee down and take the leg all the way back up. So a bigger range of movement. If you need to swap knees, you can swap sides and come back to this when you're ready. Keep your abdominals drawn in, keep your hips level. So a big range of movement. You feel that all through the back of the leg and the abdominals too. At rest. That made me very warm. Okay, so let's set up the other side. So we lift the leg and we pulse first. Squaring those hips. So if you're laying on the ground, you just got to stay with the pulses. So when we switch to the bigger exercise, you stay with the pulsing. Alright, so when you're ready, knee lowering and leg lifting, keeping everything else really still. Again, you could get this breath, you could inhale, exhale. Let's do one more. Should we do one for luck? And rest. Okay, so come and lay on your back and bring your knees into your chest. So let's just stretch out the back of those legs for a moment here. So take one leg long and draw it towards you. Put that foot across your knee and pick your legs up so you feel a stretch in the bottom. And then I want you to roll to face me, prop your head up, and I want you to see if you can stretch through the thigh here. Now, if this is impossible, you could grab your trousers, or you could even just take your leg back to get a stretch here in the hip. Okay, rolling onto your back again. Let's stretch the other leg up. Then put that foot across your knee. And then rolling away from me, so you can take this top leg and stretch that top leg. Okay, onto your backs now. And you need to set up your neutral spine here. So you want to check this back here isn't pressed into the ground too much, but also there's not a big gap. So you might even want to just go through those tilts and then find that middle place again. And you're going to open your knees today and have your toes together. Okay, and we're going to just tap the toes here, first of all. So you're going to see if you can keep tension in the abdominals as you tap the toes. Okay, now if you're feeling strong, if you can keep your neutral spine, take your legs a bit further out and just stay with your tapping then. Some of you might even be able to come to straight legs, but this is like advanced, I would call this, not even intermediate. So see how that feels. So many of you will probably be somewhere in between. Notice I've got my hand resting on my belly. That's quite good feedback, just to make sure that that's staying really tense. Okay, take a rest from there. Hopefully that's got this really woken up. And then stack your knees above your hips. Start to lower and lift one leg. Now it's the same rules, you've still got a neutral spine. And we're going to start to curl up as we lower the leg. Hang on, yeah. So you're going to curl up. And now you're going to just stick with your right leg, okay? So I want you to stay up. I want you to bring your right knee in. And then as you extend your right leg, take your head down. So knee in, chest up, leg out, head down. Okay, this other leg, if you're uncomfortable with having it off, if that's confusing for you, just put it down. Let's do one more. And rest. You might want to just rest the feet down. And then we're going to go with that left leg. So remember, you can have the right leg down or you can have both legs off. So we're curling up, we're extending. Curling up, extending, up. Now when we're doing one leg, you'll probably find you can take that leg quite low. But when I take this to two legs, you might need to take this leg higher. Or you might choose to stick with your one leg. Okay, let's have a rest and let's just have a stretch. Just stretch your legs away and your arms away. So we're going to have a go at doing that with both legs, okay? So we curl into the knees. Let's start with extending the legs up. Curl into the knees, extend the legs up. Curl in. And then if you feel you can, take the legs further out. So you've got three options. You stick with one leg like we did before. You take the legs up. You take the legs out. This should feel quite tough. Couple more. Last one. And rest. Put your feet down and just drop them to me. Have a stretch. Now we're staying with this exercise and playing with it in a couple more ways, okay? So please remember, if it's too tough, to just do one leg. Let's drop the other leg away, the other legs to the other side. Now, you know, at the beginning, we had the legs like a frog. Okay, so if you want to stick with one leg, just watch me briefly. You can curl up, you can extend that leg out in this frog position and bring it back into the frog position. Or you can have a go at doing both, but when they come in, the knees are parting and the feet are staying together. So we exhale and we inhale, or even the other way around. So have a go. Remember, your legs can go up, or you can do one leg. Really squeeze the belly as you come in. Let's do 2 more. And rest. All right, let's just bring knees in and then take your legs out to the side. So stretch your inner thigh, because there's a little bit of work there on the inner thigh too, and on the hips. Okay, now you know we started with this tapping of the toes. So we're going to see if we can put it all together now. So I'm going to invite you just to watch me for a moment, okay? So you curl up, then as you extend your legs, you tap your toes. They tap again, and you curl in. If it's too much, in fact, let's just do a set of this first. Let's tap the legs out and tap the legs in. Tap them out and tap them in. Or tap them up and tap them in. So find where you need to be. Legs up or legs out. Find your level. I'm sorry about this coughing. Let's do one more. And rest. And then we're going to put that all together. So we're going to see if we can tap out and tap in whilst curling up and coming back down, okay? So it's a bit of coordination as much as anything else. So let's start up, tap the feet as we lay the head down, tap the feet as we curl back up, tap the feet, extend, tap the feet, curl up. Oh, take a break if you need to. I'm going to do 3 more. Yeah, if that's too much, go back to one of the other versions. I can really feel it. I'm doing 1 more. And rest. Whew. So take a big stretch your arms and your legs away. And then come and sit up. And take the legs wide. Oh, it was a bit cold when I started, and I'm really warm now. So let's just come and tip forward. Stretch through the inner thighs. And just let your lower back round out here. Let's take a reach up. And then let's come up to our feet. So I want to actually just stretch the abdominals a little bit here. So coming up to the feet, reaching the arms up and seeing if you can lean back a little bit so you get a stretch here through the belly. Bringing your elbows now to your thighs, rounding out the lower back, holding there for a moment. And then roll up, take a couple of shoulder rolls. Reach the arms forward and give yourselves a big clap.